So I wanted to see what would happen if you put one of every effect that gives you additional steps and phases into a deck. What follows is this monstrosity. Before we start, a huge caveat here: MTGO is buggy, Portraiser just doesn't work at all, and I believe Sphinx of the Second Sun is incorrectly coded, as you're about to see. If you want to make this for yourself, you can get the cards for this deck by going to mtg.li/add. So here's our setup board state. Let's proceed to take the best turn in Magic the Gathering. Going to start with an untap, then our first upkeep, in which Paradox Haze triggers and gives us an additional upkeep step. Then we have our second upkeep, followed by our first draw phase, and then we're into our Precombat Main. In our Precombat Main, we're going to activate Aggravator's Assault to give us +1 combat, play a land to trigger Moraug, Fury of Akum to give us another combat, cast Resurgence to give us another combat and then a main phase, and then we're going to cast World at War to give us another combat and another main phase. In our first combat, we attack with Combat Celebrant and exert it. Combat Celebrant triggers, giving us an additional combat, Finest Hour triggers and also gives us an additional combat, and when Combat Celebrant deals damage, Breath of Fury triggers and we also get another combat. At the end of our first combat, Zerial triggers and gives us +1 combat. In our second combat phase, at the beginning of combat we cast Savage Beating Entwined, which gives us +1 combat and all of our creatures double strike. We're going to attack with nearly everything here. Aurelia, Godot, Hellkite Charger, Lightning Runner and Scourge of the Throne all trigger and each of them gives an additional combat. And in response we're going to activate Nagila to give us another combat. And then we have some combat phases. Third combat, fourth combat, fifth combat, sixth combat, seventh combat, eighth combat, ninth combat, 10th combat, 11th combat, and then 12th combat. And then it's our first post-combat main phase. At the beginning of it, Sphinx of the Second Sun triggers and gives us an additional beginning step after this phase, and once that resolves, we cast Fury of the Horde, Relentless Assault, Seize the Day, and Waves of Aggression for 4 extra combats and mains. From this point I don't activate or cast anything, so in order, MTGO gives us Combat Main Upkeep Draw, Combat Main Main Upkeep Draw, Main Upkeep Draw, Combat Main Combat Main Upkeep Draw, Main Upkeep Draw, Combat Main Main Upkeep Draw, Main Upkeep Draw, Upkeep Draw, Main Combat Main Upkeep Draw, Combat Main Upkeep Draw, Main Upkeep Draw. Despite the bugs, MTGO still manages to get us there for a total of 61 different stages, which I think you can agree is the best turn possible in Magic. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget you can get the cards for this deck by going to mtg.li/add.